So we'll now make together a lobster stew delicacy with small shellfish with ginger and lime. So for this, of course, you need a lobster, but you can use prawns or crayfish. Now, the best season for lobster is from May to September or October. This is when they are the flattest, the tastiest, the best, and besides that, the least expensive. Now, we're going to cook this lobster, which weighs about 1 kilo, 2.5 pounds roughly, for 8 minutes in boiling water. No longer, since the flesh should still be somewhat translucid and not overcooked, since we're going to continue to heat it in the frying pan later with a little butter. So we let it cook for about a minute, we shell it, cut it into slices, and it looks like this. So once we use a crayfish, depending on the season. You could even use large scallops. You need a few small vegetables, because this is a very intense dish, and taking the time to lay vegetables in a platter will give you a break. It's like the landing on a staircase. You need fresh ginger and lime. Now, the sauce, the ginger sauce. We're going to use the method we use for making beurre blanc. So I'll use a very good Vouvray wine, sweet preferably, because this is an exotic dish. And into this Vouvray wine we'll put a little bit of ginger, and this will give a wonderful flavor. You do the same as to make your beurre blanc, but you'll add some shallots and vinegar. And this gives off wonderful odors. So we'll reduce this mixture until the wine becomes somewhat syrupy. This doesn't mean that the wine is caramelized, it's just syrupy. And that's when I add a tablespoonful of fresh cream. There we are, to thicken the sauce. Now we boil the cream. And now I'm going to add some butter, but watch what I'm doing. I'm going to spike a piece of butter with the beater, and not just add pats of butter as one normally does. And then I'll stir the mixture over a double boiler, then raise the heat until the butter starts bubbling. You see what's happening? The butter isn't melting, and it makes a smooth, creamy sauce. There we are. You see? It's just like a beurre blanc. So you have ginger, you have the reduction of the Vouvray wine, and there's the butter. Now look at the sauce. Just see how smooth it is. Yet there's quite a bit of butter in it. You must never burn the butter, because it'll lose its lightness, its good taste and freshness and delicacy. Right, the sauce is almost ready. It's just a little thick, but that's not serious, since I'm going to add some lime juice. And this will spice it up a little bit. And now we'll add a little white wine. And in the meantime, I'm going to saute some lobster in a frying pan. So I heat up a little butter. And now the butter is starting to sizzle. It's become what we call meunière, that is to say it's frothy. And once the froth has subsided, it will be hazelnut color, and so it'll have the taste and aroma of hazelnut. You quickly slide the pieces of butter into it, and they sizzle and smell delicious. And now I'll saute a small crayfish very quickly in this frying pan. I'll add a little milled pepper, because shelled crustaceans go extremely well with pepper. And then, into my pan, I will pour the sauce. And I'll now add the vegetables to heat them up. And you can choose whichever small vegetables you fancy. And now I sprinkle a little lemon juice over it and a little milled pepper right at the end. Terrific. Right, the dish is now ready to serve. And why is the serving platter this color? Well, things have to be just right. You can't, for instance, have a strawberry tart in a grey plate. You have to have a pink plate. You don't pick the plate first. You choose the dish you're going to make, and then you serve it on a plate which is appropriate. And just at the last moment, you add a drop of essence of lime. You know, that little oil which is so aromatic and spicy. So we sprinkle it on at the very last moment. And now we cover everything to seal in the flavor so that you can remove the cover in front of the guests. It's wonderful.